Chosen one, not every shadow that walks beside you is your ally. Some footsteps echo with loyalty, others with betrayal. Some smiles carry light, others conceal daggers. You must learn to sense the weight of presence, to feel when the atmosphere shifts, when the energy of someone near you no longer aligns with the path you are walking. For destiny is not only shaped by where you go, but also by who dares to walk alongside you. And in this hour, you cannot afford blindness. You must see clearly. Before we go deeper, I want you to stay with me until the very end of this message. Let it sink into you fully, because there is truth here that will open your eyes in ways you may not expect. And I ask you, share your warmest wishes in the comments and seal them with 777. By doing this, you are not only speaking life into your own path, but energizing the universe with alignment, weaving your intentions into a greater current that returns to you with multiplied strength. The path of destiny is never crowded. It narrows with every step forward, and in that narrowing, you will discover who is truly meant to remain beside you. Many will begin the journey, but few will be able to endure the weight of your calling. Some will fall away naturally. Others will cling tightly, but not everyone who insists on walking with you is meant to stay. And those who are not meant for the path will reveal themselves, not in words, but in patterns. Watch the patterns. They always tell the truth. There are those who celebrate you when your hands are empty, but grow distant when you begin to rise. There are those who encourage you in weakness, but resent your strength. And there are those who stand close only to study your movements, to learn the rhythms of your heart, not to guard it, but to use it against you. These are not companions, but shadows. And shadows cannot be ignored, because what they cannot stand in the light, they attempt to distort in the dark. Discernment is your weapon. It is the invisible armor that protects your spirit from those who speak sweetly, but walk with hidden motives. Learn to listen not only to words, but to the silence between them. Learn to watch not only for smiles, but for the eyes that cannot match them. The ones who truly belong beside you will steady your spirit, not drain it. They will protect your flame, not smother it. Their presence will align with peace, not tension. There is danger in assuming that everyone who walks close is safe. Proximity does not equal loyalty. History has proven that betrayal is rarely distant. It is almost always near. The hands that help you rise can also be the hands that push you down. That is why the warning comes to you now. Beware of who walks beside you. Not in fear, but in awareness. Awareness that the destiny you carry is too valuable to entrust to every soul that seeks closeness. This is not a call to isolation, it is a call to wisdom. The path ahead requires focus, and you cannot afford to be entangled by those who secretly walk against you. The weight you feel pressing on your spirit when you are near certain people is not paranoia, it is protection. Do not ignore it, do not silence it. Your intuition is not random, it is the whisper of heaven urging you to pay attention. Every alignment, every connection, every presence must now be tested by the peace they either bring or steal. The truth is, those meant for your path will never fear your growth. They will not compete with your light, but add to it. They will not drain your energy, but multiply it. They will not hold you back, but release you forward. These are the ones you can trust, the ones chosen to walk beside you. But the others, the ones who conceal daggers beneath their words, who wear masks of loyalty but carry hearts of envy, they cannot be allowed access to your journey any longer. Every hour you continue with the wrong companions delays your steps into destiny. Every secret dagger left unaddressed risks piercing your purpose. That is why you must act now, not in haste, but in clarity. The hour demands separation. It demands that you weigh the footsteps beside you and discern whether they lead you closer to your calling or away from it. The road ahead is too important, too sacred, too costly to be walked with those who do not truly belong. The warning has been given, and it is not given lightly. It is given because you are entering a season where betrayal will no longer be hidden. It will be exposed, and you must be ready not to crumble when it comes, but to rise stronger, wiser, sharper. For every mask that falls, you will gain vision. For every shadow that departs, your light will shine brighter. The path will grow lonelier, yes, but it will also grow purer. And in that purity, you will walk faster, straighter, truer. There is a truth that often feels uncomfortable to accept. Not everyone who starts with you is meant to finish with you. People enter your life for reasons and seasons, and while some arrive to strengthen you, others arrive to test you. The difficulty lies in discerning which is which. At first, their footsteps may sound the same, their words may echo similar promises, but over time, the rhythm of their loyalty, or the lack of it, always reveals itself. This is the moment when your eyes must open wider, when you must see beyond appearances and into patterns. Patterns tell you more than declarations ever will. Anyone can say they are with you, but what do they do when you stumble? Do they reach to lift you, or do they stand back, secretly relieved to see you fall? What do they do when you succeed? Do they clap with genuine joy, or do their smiles grow tight while their eyes betray envy? These small cracks in behavior are not accidents, they are glimpses of truth. And if you ignore them, you invite betrayal deeper into your circle. There is a quiet war that surrounds those chosen for higher paths. It is not fought with weapons, but with words, intentions, and energies. Some people stand close, not because they want to guard you, but because they want to monitor you. They study your steps, not to walk with you, but to predict your movements, to find where you are vulnerable. This is why discernment must rise higher now. The cost of blindness is too heavy in this hour. You cannot afford to treat every hand as a friend, every smile as safe. Your spirit already knows more than your mind admits. That unease you feel when certain people enter your space is not paranoia. That heaviness after conversations that seem normal on the surface is not random. You are sensing the undercurrent of their energy, and your intuition is warning you. Listen to it. Protecting your purpose requires you to honor the whispers in your soul, even when your logic cannot yet explain them. The danger of ignoring these whispers is that you risk dragging dead weight into the next chapter. Every person tied to you is either an anchor or a sail. Anchors hold you in the past, keeping you in places you have already outgrown. Sails catch the winds of destiny and carry you forward. If you confuse one for the other, you will either cut off someone meant to help you rise or carry someone who will only pull you down. That is why testing is necessary. That is why separation is sacred. Understand that betrayal rarely comes from strangers. It comes from those within reach. The deepest wounds are inflicted not by distant enemies, but by familiar hands. This is not meant to instill fear. It is meant to awaken awareness, to remind you that proximity does not guarantee loyalty. Some will only stand close because they cannot harm you from a distance. This is why vigilance matters now more than ever. The ones who walk beside you can either guard your journey or sabotage it. The universe has a way of revealing what words try to hide. Watch how people respond when your boundaries are firm. Observe how they act when you no longer give them constant access. Pay attention when you say no. Those who are truly aligned with you will respect your space, honor your focus, and still support you from where they stand. Those who are not will reveal their irritation, their withdrawal, or their subtle attempts to guilt you back into giving more than you should. Their reaction is the revelation. Do not be afraid of these revelations. They are not curses, they are protections. Every mask that falls from a false companion frees you from chains you did not realize you were carrying. Every hidden envy exposed clears the atmosphere around you, making space for true alignment. Though it may sting to see someone's true nature, it is far more dangerous to continue blind. The truth, no matter how painful, is always safer than illusion. There is power in guarding your energy. Not everyone deserves access to your spirit, your thoughts, your dreams. The closer someone walks, the greater influence they carry. That is why you must guard your circle with the same intensity you guard your destiny. It is not about mistrusting everyone, it is about trusting wisely. Those who truly belong will never demand more than you can give. They will not drain your spirit, they will refill it. They will not compete with your light, they will amplify it. Their presence will feel like peace, not pressure. As this chapter of your journey unfolds, know this: exposure is coming. The intentions of those walking beside you will no longer remain hidden. Some will surprise you with their quiet loyalty, their unwavering faith in you. Others will shock you with the envy they failed to conceal. Both are gifts. One reveals who to hold close, the other reveals who to release. Both sharpen you, both guide you, both prepare you. And when the hour of decision comes, you will know exactly who belongs beside you and who does not. There comes a moment when the silence of those around you speaks louder than their words. You will notice it in the pauses that stretch too long when your name is spoken in celebration, in the lack of genuine excitement when doors open for you. They do not always voice their envy directly. Sometimes they hide it beneath shallow compliments or muted smiles. But the energy betrays them, because energy never lies. What is not spoken still radiates, and when you are attentive, you will feel the shift. Envy is rarely bold in its beginning. It starts quietly, disguised as indifference, then grows into subtle resistance. You may notice someone who once supported every step you took suddenly grows silent. Someone who once carried your burdens with you now avoids your calls. These are not coincidences, they are indicators that their spirit is no longer aligned with your growth. The higher you climb, the more these subtle changes will become evident, because not everyone can breathe in the atmosphere of your elevation. The most dangerous betrayals are the ones disguised in loyalty. They are the people who still stand beside you, but their hearts have shifted away. They still walk near you, but no longer for you. They linger not because they want to see you rise, but because they want to ensure they don't miss the moment of your fall. And if you are not discerning, you may confuse their presence for protection, when in reality it is surveillance. They do not clap for your victories, they record them. They do not mourn your pain, they study it. That is why awareness is everything in this hour. To guard your heart does not mean closing yourself off from love or connection. It means learning to weigh spirits, not just words. It means noticing the difference between those who drain your energy and those who replenish it. It means trusting your discomfort even when you cannot explain it. If a presence around you consistently disturbs your peace, it is not random. It is a signal. Honor the signal, because ignoring it can cost you dearly. You have already walked through enough battles to know the cost of misplaced trust. Think back to the moments when you handed access too freely, when you assumed proximity meant loyalty. How many times did it end in disappointment? How many times did their words contradict their actions? Those memories are not meant to harden you, but to teach you. Every betrayal becomes a lesson that sharpens your discernment. Every false friend is a mirror showing you the importance of guarding the path more carefully. But guarding does not mean isolating, it means creating filters. It means allowing people to show you who they are through consistency. A friend's heart is proven not in what they say when you shine, but in what they do when storms come. Do they run or do they stay? Do they compete with your light or do they carry more fuel to keep it burning? These are the tests that time always reveals. And when the answers appear, you must have the courage to act. Because the longer you allow wrong presences beside you, the more they delay your journey. The wrong voices can cloud your clarity. The wrong energies can drain your momentum. The wrong loyalties can tie you to cycles you were meant to escape long ago. Sometimes your next chapter is not waiting on new opportunities. It is waiting on you to release old companions. The key to forward movement is often hidden in separation. The path of destiny sharpens as it advances. It does not allow excess baggage. That is why exposure comes, why truths are revealed, why silence grows heavy. It is not to break you, but to free you. The people who cannot carry the weight of where you are going are being peeled away, even if they resist. And though it may sting, the release is mercy. It spares you from greater pain down the road, pain that could strike at the height of your breakthrough. Pay attention now more than ever. Watch who is truly walking with you. Watch who celebrates quietly and who resents loudly. Watch who drains your energy and who multiplies it. The circle around you must match the vision within you. And if it does not, you must choose destiny over comfort, clarity over illusion, alignment over attachment. The hour is too critical, the path too sacred, to walk it with the wrong company. Let the silence reveal, let the energy speak. And when the truth appears, do not turn away. Do not cling to what has already shown you it cannot stay. The greatest act of protection you can give yourself in this hour is to guard who walks beside you, for your destiny is too precious to be shared with every hand that reaches. The deeper you move into your path, the clearer the separations become. What once was blurred now sharpens into focus. The people you thought would always remain close begin to show their true alignment, not through sudden betrayal, but through gradual revelation. It is in the subtle choices, the quiet withdrawals, the disguised competition. These are not accidents. They are signals that the path you walk is no longer wide enough to carry those who were never meant to endure the climb with you. This is the hour where masks no longer hold, pretenses grow heavy, and the truth forces itself into the light. Those who wore the smile of loyalty but carried envy in their hearts cannot keep the mask forever. Time is relentless, and it always strips away illusions. What you see now is not change, it is exposure. It is not that they suddenly became someone else, it is that they could no longer hide who they always were. And while the revelation may sting, it is mercy, because knowing the truth frees you to protect your path more wisely. Every revelation of hidden motives is a form of protection. The sting of disappointment is lighter than the wound of betrayal left unchecked. When you recognize the signs early, you save yourself from carrying chains into seasons meant for freedom. And while letting go may hurt, holding on would hurt far more. The wrong presence beside you is not neutral, it is corrosive. It slowly eats away at your peace, drains your energy, and dims your light. That is why this season feels urgent about exposure. You cannot afford to carry shadows into the dawn of your destiny. The narrowing of the path demands purification. The higher you climb, the thinner the air becomes. Not everyone can breathe at the altitude you are heading toward. Some will resent your growth because it forces them to confront their own stagnation. Others will envy your light because it reveals the darkness they refuse to face, and some will simply lack the strength to endure the weight of the journey. It is not your responsibility to drag them. Your responsibility is to keep moving forward, lighter, freer, sharper. Do not confuse loyalty with proximity. There are those who will never leave your side physically, yet their hearts have walked away long ago. And there are those who may not always be present in the flesh, yet their loyalty is unwavering, their spirit aligned with yours. Learn to value substance over appearance. Do not be deceived by who stands closest. Be discerning about who stands truest. It is better to walk with one faithful soul than to be surrounded by many false ones. The key in this hour is energy. Energy never lies. Words can be twisted. Appearances can be crafted, but energy will always reveal intention. How do you feel after spending time with them? Do you feel lighter or do you feel drained? Do they ignite hope or do they stir confusion? Do they push you toward purpose or distract you from it? These answers are not small, they are guidance. The spirit always knows before the mind understands. Trust the knowing, and as you release what no longer belongs, you will notice something. Clarity will return. The fog you thought was circumstantial was often atmospheric, caused by the presence of those who clouded your vision. Once they are gone, the silence feels purer, the path feels clearer, the weight feels lighter. It is not that the journey has become easier, it is that you are no longer carrying those who were never meant for it. Their departure is not loss, it is liberation. Yes, the path will feel lonelier for a while, but solitude is not emptiness. It is refinement. It sharpens your discernment, strengthens your spirit, and teaches you the difference between being alone and being aligned. In solitude, you discover that you were never truly alone. You were being recalibrated, prepared for the right alignments, the right companions, the right season of support. And when they arrive, they will not compete with your destiny, but will will walk in rhythm with it. So do not mourn the exposure of false companions. Celebrate it as the cleansing that it is. Every mask that falls clears the atmosphere for truth. Every shadow that leaves makes space for light. Every step you take lighter proves that the weight was not destiny's demand, but someone else's presence. The path narrows not to punish you, but to refine you, to ensure that when you arrive at the place written for you, you are surrounded only by what truly belongs. The time of pretense is ending. The time of truth is here. Guard your circle, protect your energy, and honor the signs. For the hour you are stepping into requires not just your strength, but your clarity. And that clarity begins by discerning who truly walks beside you and who never truly did. There is a heaviness in this stage of the journey, the kind that comes not from external battles, but from the weight of separation. You have already seen the masks fall, already felt the sting of discovering who was truly aligned with you and who was not. Yet the closer you move toward the peak of your purpose, the sharper the separations become. It is as though destiny itself is shaking loose every remaining attachment that cannot survive where you are going. And though it feels painful, it is necessary. The final tests almost always come from those who once stood closest. It is easy to guard yourself against distant voices, but it is the familiar footsteps beside you that carry the greatest power to wound. This is why the warning grows louder now. Be careful with who walks beside you. Not all who share your table share your heart. Some sit near not to nourish you, but to study you. Some extend their hand not to lift you, but to bind you. And their presence is more dangerous precisely because it feels so familiar. These final exposures will not always arrive with loud betrayal. Sometimes they come quietly in subtle shifts of tone, in the absence of genuine support, in the discomfort that lingers after they leave. It is a heaviness you cannot explain, but you can feel, and that feeling is not weakness, it is discernment. The spirit within you knows when alignment is broken, and it will not rest until you listen. If you ignore it, you risk stepping into your future with anchors tied around your feet, but if you heed it, you free yourself to move lighter, faster, truer. Understand that letting go now is not cruelty, it is clarity. The path ahead narrows, and only what belongs can remain. Every step forward is not just about reaching your destination, it is about purifying the company you keep. Those who cannot rejoice in your growth, who cannot celebrate your victories without comparison, who cannot support your vision without resentment, they are not equipped to walk into the hour that is unfolding. To cling to them is to cling to sabotage, even if they do not intend it consciously. What destiny demands of you is not bitterness, but wisdom. Wisdom to see who strengthens your spirit and who quietly drains it. Wisdom to recognize the difference between a supporter and a spectator. Wisdom to know when a voice is guiding you forward and when it is luring you into cycles you have already broken. The future is too costly to gamble on unclear alliances. Every companion now must be proven, not by words, but by fruit, by consistency, by peace. And so the weight grows heavier before it grows lighter. This is the paradox of separation. It feels painful in the moment, liberating in the aftermath. The release always costs something, but the cost of holding on would be far greater. For every wrong presence removed, clarity returns. For every false companion exposed, strength increases. For every shadow released, light expands. This is the sacred exchange of destiny. You lose what never truly belonged in order to gain what has been waiting all along. You must also guard your energy with greater vigilance. Not everyone should know your plans, your dreams, your battles. Words spoken in the wrong ears become weapons used against you. Protect your vision until it is strong enough to stand on its own. Share only with those who have proven they can carry it with care. This is not secrecy, it is stewardship. What is holy cannot be thrown carelessly into hands that do not value it. At this stage, solitude will visit you again, not as punishment, but as purification. The path narrows, so that you may walk lighter, not so you may walk empty. In the silence, you will rediscover the power of clarity. You will learn to hear the whispers of guidance more clearly, unhindered by the noise of false companions. And though the quiet may feel sharp at first, it will soon become your strength, reminding you that your journey was never about the crowd. It was always about alignment. Do not fear the revelations that come now. They are not here to destroy you, they are here to protect you. Every truth unveiled is another step toward freedom. Every mask removed is another chain broken. Every wrong presence released is another layer of clarity gained. You are not losing, you are being refined. You are not abandoned, you are being positioned. The path is clearing, not shrinking. And with every release, you are one step closer to the future that has been waiting for you all along. So walk carefully now, guard your heart, protect your vision, honor your spirit. The footsteps beside you matter because they carry influence over your atmosphere. And as you enter the final stretch of this journey, only those aligned with truth, with peace, with genuine love can remain. Everyone else must fall away, not because you hate them, but because destiny has decreed they cannot follow. The hour is too costly, the path too sacred, the calling too heavy to share with every hand that reaches. The separations will sting, but they will save you. The narrowing will challenge you, but it will purify you. And when you step into the fullness of what is coming, you will understand why it had to be this way. The silence after separation feels almost foreign. You look around and realize that many of the voices you once leaned on are no longer present. Many of the footsteps that once echoed beside yours have faded away. At first, the emptiness feels sharp, like something vital has been cut from you. But as the days pass, you begin to understand that what was cut away was not strength, it was weight. What you feel now is not abandonment, it is clarity. The air feels lighter, the path straighter, the horizon clearer. You are no longer walking under the burden of hidden motives, you are walking free. This final stretch demands something deeper than endurance, it demands surrender. You cannot carry into tomorrow the same patterns that chained you yesterday. You cannot hold on to people, habits, or fears that were never meant to enter your future. The stripping away has not been punishment, but preparation. Every moment of exposure, every hidden truth revealed, every painful goodbye has been clearing the atmosphere around you so that nothing stands in the way of what is rising. The lesson is now written within you. Not everyone can walk beside you, not every voice deserves your ear, not every presence belongs in your circle. You're not meant to fear this truth, but to live by it. For the protection of your path comes not just from what you gain, but from what you guard against. The greatest victories are often not in what you conquer outside, but in what you refuse to allow inside. And as you walk forward, you will carry this wisdom as a shield, protecting your spirit from anything that would seek to drain it again. Your future does not ask for perfection, it asks for alignment. It asks for consistency, it asks for the courage to move even when the road narrows, to stand even when others fall away, to believe even when shadows whisper doubt. These are the marks of those who endure, and you have endured. You have faced the revelations, endured the separations, and continued to walk. And now that the path ahead is not clouded with confusion, but lit with clarity. There will be moments ahead where doubt will try to return, whispering that you should have kept certain people, that perhaps you cut too much, too soon. But you must remember what was revealed. Remember how heavy the air felt when wrong presences surrounded you. Remember the confusion that lingered when you ignored your intuition. Remember the clarity that returned each time you let go. Let memory be your guardrail, reminding you that every release was necessary. Every truth bore a form of protection. Now you step not as the same person who began this journey, but as someone refined by truth. The light within you no longer flickers, it burns steady. Your circle may be smaller, but it is pure. Your path may be narrower, but it is clear. Your spirit may feel stretched, but it is strong. And when you move forward, you do not move with hesitation, you move with certainty, knowing that Everything that remains in your life is aligned with where you are going. The final truth is this: the exposure was never to harm you, but to prepare you.